A man stands on a railroad bridge in Alabama, gazing down at the rushing water 20 feet below. His hands are bound behind his back with a coarse cord, restricting his movements. A rope encircles his neck, tied to a timber above, its slack hanging loosely near his knees. And stands upon loose planks, supported by the railway's beams. His executioners, Balm, 2 federal soldiers, are under the watchful eye of a sergeant whose civilian life might have been one of law and order. Nearby, an armed captain observes silently, his eyes closed, betraying no emotion. On either end of the bridge, sentinels stand rigid, their rifles held in formal stance, their eyes fixed ahead, as if unaware of the grim scene unfolding at the center. Beyond the bridge, the land stretches into open fields and dense forests. The stream below glimmers with the morning light, flowing swiftly into the unseen distance. The condemned man is Peyton Farquhar, a well-to-do Alabama planter and ardent supporter of the Southern cause. Though not a soldier, his heart burned with a longing to serve, to defend the South in its time of need. But today, his fate is sealed, a grim punishment for interfering with the Union's war efforts. Farquhar's thoughts drift from the scene around him to the faces of his wife and children. He closes his eyes, imagining their safety, far beyond the invaders' reach. But his reflection is pierced by an unusual sound. A metallic ticking, sharp and distinct, cutting through the silence. It is the ticking of his watch. Each second stretches, weighted with the gravity of impending death. Time slows, and his senses sharpen. He notices the driftwood below, its movement seemingly sluggish against the rushing current. Suddenly, the captain nods. The sergeant steps aside. Farquhar feels the world drop away. The rope tightens, pain sears his neck, and he plunges downward. Darkness engulfs him. The icy water roars in his ears. The rope has snapped. He's alive, sinking but alive. Farquhar struggles, breaking free from the noose, his lungs burning for air. He surfaces, gasping, as gunshots ring out above. Bullets pierce the water around him. With each stroke, he swims harder, dodging the shots, the voices of soldiers shouting orders behind him. The current carries him, turning him toward the forested bank. Hope ignites, a fleeting thought of escape, of home. But Farquhar's journey is not as it seems. The pain, the struggle, the fleeting hope, all are fragments of a dying mind. As his body hangs lifelessly beneath the bridge, he dreams of freedom, an illusion born of desperation. In war, even a dream can be a final act of defiance. For Peyton Farquhar, the dream of life ends with the cold embrace of death as the stream carries away the echoes of his struggle. Peyton Farquhar, a prosperous Alabama planter, was a man devoted to the Southern cause. Though not a soldier, his heart burned with a desire to serve, to protect the South in its time of need. Yet today his fate is sealed, a grim punishment for daring to interfere with the Union war effort. Narrator. Standing on the edge of the Owl Creek Bridge, Farquhar's thoughts drift far from the scene around him. He sees the faces of his wife and children, imagines their safety far beyond the reach of war. A quiet comfort washes over him, only to be pierced by an unexpected sound. Narrator. The ticking of his watch. Each metallic chime stretches, weighted with the gravity of his impending death. Time slows, and his senses sharpen. Below, driftwood floats along the river, its motion impossibly sluggish against the rushing current. Narrator. Bullets pierce the water, deadly ripples chasing him. He swims harder, each stroke a defiance, as soldiers shout orders above. The current carries him away, twisting him toward the forested bank. For a moment, hope flickers. He dreams of escape, of home. Narrator, but Farquhar's journey is not what it seems. The pain, the struggle, the fleeting hope, all fragments of a mind grasping at life's edge. As his body sways beneath the bridge, lifeless and broken, his mind clings to an illusion, a desperate dream of freedom. Narrator, in the chaos of war, even a dream can be a final act of defiance. For Peyton Farquhar, the dream of life ends with the cold embrace of death. The river carries away the echoes of his struggle, leaving only silence beneath the Owl Creek Bridge. End scene.